Japanese congregation has been around for almost 100 years. In fact, in the 1950s, they had grown so much because of migration into the state and because of the effective ministry of the church that that congregation had over 200 youth. After World War II and after the 1950s especially, in-migration of new Japanese people began to trail off. There weren't a lot of new Japanese immigrants. And so the church now is made up mostly of, that congregation is made up mostly of people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. 2 years ago, one of the leaders of a group of Kachin Burmese refugees got in touch with me, and he said that the year before there had been 20 of them, and now there were 40 of them. And there were increasing numbers coming to be resettled here as refugees. And they had been meeting for a couple of years in his apartment.
The main problem is the apartment manager or their neighborhood complaining when we worship. So sometimes we play the guitar with the praise song and hymn, we sing together.
The other residents of the apartment building were complaining, and so they needed to find another location to worship on Sunday evenings. Would I help them find a place? And the Japanese church said, yeah, we'd be willing to let them use our facility.
My first thought was, well, we have the space and we only use it on Sundays for a couple hours during the morning. Oh, well, it was unanimous. There was really kind of a no-brainer for our people. They thought it was a terrific idea and a great way to open up our church to a group that was really in need.
About 6 months after the Kachin started to use the facility of the Japanese church to worship weekly, the Tongan church also found itself in a situation where they didn't have a place to worship anymore either. And Tipilome asked me if I knew of any place, and I said, well, I'm not sure, but let me ask around. And since they usually meet in the afternoons, it turned out that that block was available, and the Japanese congregation was excited to have another group, and they fit in the afternoon. So now every Sunday there's worship in Japanese and English on Sunday morning, in Tongan on Sunday afternoon, and Kachin on Sunday evening at this one building downtown.
It was through the Vine that we were connected here with Brad and the Japanese Church of Christ, and they're the reasons why we're here today. So I could say enough for the Vine and how much they've been an integral part in helping not only our church group but other church groups within the Salt Lake Valley.